on, let's go outside, let's take a walk in the sun. There are things to learn and things to see, a big wide world for you, your dog, and me. Dog Talk. We have been following the career of this little dog that's going to be a service dog. His name is Byron, and this Byron's very friendly and has a lot to learn.
Good.
But Barbara Lewis, who is the director of New Leash on Life, and she is kind of furnishing these dogs. Susan Owens has been out taking some video of Byron as he moves through his performance as a student. So Barbara, tell me, let's kind of reiterate about service dogs.
Well,
you get them from where?
We get them from breeders, and breeders, we encourage the breeders to donate one puppy out of every litter, and we've been very fortunate that the breeders have been willing to do that, and then we have volunteers that raise them. And so we're always looking for puppy raisers. That's very difficult. Puppy raisers are hard to find.
Yes. And well, it's just like fosters too. But puppy raisers, the same thing kind of as a foster. But they have a strict curriculum that they have to follow because you lay out a plan. Do this at a certain time and that, and they attend like puppy classes and things of that sort. So this is a poodle, as we can see, and he is just precious. Susan, did you enjoy following them around?
It was a lot of fun. I did enjoy it. We've been everywhere. We've been to parks and grocery stores. We've been to his home. He's doing really well. I was very impressed. He has a lot of growing up to do.
He's still a little puppy.
He has a lot of growing up to do, but that's a good thing.
Yes.
You know, let him be a puppy while he's a puppy, and he can learn these things until.
Well, and one of the things that they're taught to do is to go under things. They're supposed to be out in the walkway, so they go under a table, they go under a bench, and so he's feeling like he needs to be under here. He's 7 months.
He's 7 months, so he is still a baby. There's no doubt about that. And with poodles, they do mature a little later, as we know. Those tiny dogs mature really quickly.
Right, exactly.
The larger dog takes a little longer time. But Susan and Barbara, do you think, is he progressing as you would want?
He's progressing really well. He's at the point where when he's out in public, he does really well. Now what he's learning is his house manners, because he also, when he's at home and he's not wearing a jacket, he has to have manners, just like any other.
Which falls incumbent upon the foster person or the trainer person in order to do that. So it's very, very important. This is a process, folks, that we find fascinating, because these dogs, when they mature, when they have a job, when they take their job, that strictly is their focus. And when you see one of these dogs that says assistance dog or a service dog, do not go up and touch them. This is the dog that has to be focused on the person that he's with, the person that is dependent on them. So with therapy dogs, it's different. Say hello, but a service dog, please keep your distance on something like that. Admire them from a distance, I should say. Talk with the person who has the dog. That's the thing to do.
Well, and the other point that we were talking about earlier today is people think that they're not happy because they're not friendly when they don't go up to other people when they're working, and so people assume that they're not happy.
That's true, and that's a good point, because then when they are off leash, when they are at home, they are a dog. They are a happy person, or this is the way that we would see them, we would want them to be. But when they are doing their job, like all working dogs, like all breeds who have a job, when they are doing that, their focus has to be on that person who has a disability to help them.
Right.
Guys, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We had a little video that that we thought was good, and hopefully through this video people can see what is going on, that the interaction.
I think they'll enjoy it. It shows you the life of a puppy, and with his puppy raiser, and the different aspects of training as he goes along. I think you'll enjoy it.
Well, let's end our segment with that. Let's show that video.
Meet Byron. He is a 7-month-old standard poodle puppy in training to be a service dog for a New Leash on Life. Byron will live with his puppy raiser, Rebecca, until he is 14 months old. While he is a puppy, he will be working on skills he will need when he is placed with a client. He is working with Rebecca on retrieving different items, as that is quite often a large part of a service dog's job. Learning to sit and stay in different locations and with distractions is also a skill he will need. Waiting at doorways is hard for a young dog, but we'll keep working on it. Walking on a leash without pulling is one of the most important skills that Byron will need to learn, so Rebecca practices with him often and in many different environments. Another part of the puppy raiser's job is to take the puppy out in public at least 3 times a week. Grocery stores are full of wonderful smells and food dropped on the floor. Byron will learn to ignore all the temptations and to pay attention to his handler. We allow people to say hello to puppies in training. Byron is learning to settle and watch the world go by without barking or getting in the way. In a restaurant, a service dog needs to be under the table and quiet. Byron has already learned this lesson. Rebecca takes Byron to parks, shopping centers, and anywhere else she can think of to practice walking on a loose leash. Byron could be placed with a person in a wheelchair or with limited use of their hands, so this is a skill that must be perfect before he is placed with a client. Sitting and staying is also part of a puppy's training while out and about. Byron is already an old pro at this. After all that training and all that hard work, it's time to go home and be a dog. Have fun, Byron!
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Every once in a while, one of our wonderful sponsors comes on and talks about dog food, dog facilities, everything that she has at A1 Pet Emporium. But today I asked Trish Clark, welcome Trish.
Thank you.
And Jessica Justice, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Yes, and Natalie Seibert. Is Seibert?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I asked them to come and talk about something a little more informative as far as what they do. Now, Trish, you have so many people coming in and out of your store, and you are sort of famous for giving all of the rescues a chance for an outreach, which is a place that they can be adopted.
Right.
Have an adoption.
One of the big things when Brent and I started our store was that we wanted to promote rescues. We just feel like people don't, when they're looking for an animal, they don't even think rescue. You know, they're immediately, let's go to a pet store, let's buy a pet, or you know, let's look in the newspaper or online, and typically most of those animals are puppy mill animals. So we wanted, that's our second mission as far as what we do is to try to bring awareness to rescues, and that there's phenomenal animals and rescues
Yes.
that need wonderful homes.
And we might add that that is going above and beyond, because you sell equipment, you sell food. It's not on your bill of things to do, but you go that extra mile and do it, and we are so pleased and we appreciate it. Everybody in this town appreciates what you and Brent do.
Thank you.
So here's the thing: we talk about puppy mills, we talk about backyard breeders, we talk about these things which produce dogs that are in excess. So what happens then, Jessica, where do you get your dogs? Now you're with Great Dane Rescue.
Yes, Oklahoma Grateful Danes.
Grateful Danes. So tell me where you get your dogs.
Most often, the dogs that we save are from the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter. We often, once a month, even sometimes more than once a month, we're getting a call about a Dane that's come in there as a stray or been brought in and surrendered by its owner. We also do take owner surrenders from the public occasionally, but that's...
And let's talk about owner surrenders, because what this means, folks, is that the people who have adopted the dog or have the dog from the time that it was a puppy find it impossible to keep the dog. So what are some of the excuses that they use?
Well, we were talking about this earlier, and I find it funny that people, I've heard it with the Mastiff Rescue and also with the Great Dane Rescue, but people will surrender dogs because they're like, especially these large dogs, and they go, we didn't realize it was going to get so big. And I laugh because it's like, you just bought a Great Dane or you just bought a Mastiff puppy. What part of Mastiff or Great Dane do you not think the dog is going to be large?
It's one of my rants also. Research the breed. Guys, it's so simple.
Yeah, there's a great website that I refer people to if they don't know what kind of dog they're looking for to add to their family. It's called dogbreedinfo.com, and they've got everything from purebred dogs to now these famous mixes like the Golden Doodles and things like that.
And you can go to your library, or you can go to a bookstore and buy books that will tell you everything about the breed, the size that they will become, their temperament, what's any kind of medical predispositions,
health
they may have
issues
health issues. So tell me then, Natalie, from where do you get your dogs?
Same place, mostly from the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter. We do get some from breeders sometimes that they're retiring.
Now, is yours a breed specific rescue?
Yes, we're Pekingese.
You're the Pekes, exactly.
Yeah, Pekingese Rescue. So owner surrenders, usually that's where we get them all from.
Okay, and this is a huge subject. So tell me, what excuses do they make with a Pekingese? Good Lord, a Pekingese?
Grooming, health issues, time.
Okay, and so it all gets back, and I think the four of us can agree, it's responsibility. Please, folks, don't get a dog if you can't be responsible for it. It just breaks my heart because this is part of the problem. We talk about spay and neuter being a big thing. This owner surrender is huge, and it shouldn't be. Thank goodness that there are people who can come into those shelters like the Oklahoma City Animal Shelter and get one of those pups and one of those dogs. Older dogs that are black have a problem too. This is the thing. Please don't get one unless you can be responsible for it. So what would you tell folks with Danes? And I've had one. I had a Harlequin. It makes me kind of tingly to think about her. She was so wonderful. They have great dispositions.
They're amazing dogs.
The only problem that can happen is that they are large.
So they take up your whole couch. I mean.
So, yes, exactly. So there's more to love, as far as I'm concerned. But what would you say to people like that?
I always tell people, Great Danes, they may be big dogs, but they're not active. They're not.
They're not
difficult
active.
to train.
Yes.
In general, I mean, there's always exceptions.
So what can we do with a Dane? What fun can we have with a Dane?
They love to go places, and in Oklahoma City, we have amazing patio spaces that are dog friendly.
Parks.
Yeah, dog parks. Places like A1. They have events. Just go out and be social. Great Danes are extremely social animals.
Extremely social, and this is something that I'm so glad you brought up because they are. They're great, big, lovable pets, just like a Mastiff, just like a Great Pyrenees, just like some of these dogs that are large. We have bred them for a job,
right?
Okay, but what happens is in urban situations, they become a pet, and then what are we going to do? What kind of fun can we have with them? And there are so many. I have seen Danes running in lure coursing events, and open events, getting them out, taking them traveling with you. You think they're huge. Yes, they are big. They are large, but there are areas and hotels and motels that will take your dog.
Absolutely.
Taking them traveling, they're quiet. So tell me then, Natalie, here's another thing, with a Peke. These are little dogs that are just precious. You can hold them in your arms. They're lap dogs mainly. They're not dogs that are going to interfere with anything.
Nope.
They don't specifically care for other dogs very much, but they do bond very closely with their owners.
They do. They usually pick their person, and then they're attached to them. They love sitting on your lap and being held and love them.
So this is the thing, and Trish, I'm so glad that you have brought the girls in today, and what you do is specifically fantastic.
Thank you very much.
And
like
we
I said, we
appreciate
just,
it.
when people are wanting a new animal for their home, think rescue, because I mean, they have some awesome puppies
They have some
and
awesome
dogs
puppies.
and you know, sometimes you can get like a 1 or a 2-year-old and you're not having to go through the whole chewing stage.
As long as there are people who are irresponsible, we're going to have this particular problem. So there again, folks, please, if you're going to get a dog, if you decide for your family you're going to get a dog, think about how that dog will fit in with your lifestyle. Research the breed and go to find a rescue. There are breed-specific rescues. There are rescues which may have your specific breed. So do us a favor and do the right thing. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
It's always great to have Susan Owen here because Susan brings us great videos, and having you on the segment before, you're kind of warmed up and ready to go.
Yes.
And I just love that. This is Stephanie Bales. Stephanie, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
And Geraldine Cummings, have I said that right?
Yes, you have.
Excellent. We are so glad that you are here, and you both are students of Susan. So tell me about this darling little precious dog.
This is Primrose. She's a 16-week-old Border Collie.
And she knows it too. Oh, she is gorgeous. I don't know if we can get a close-up of her with this, but this is a beautiful little pup. And tell me how old she is.
She's 16 weeks.
16 weeks. So you all, as students, have participated with Susan. And what does it do for you? What does it do for you and your dog to be able to do something like this?
It gives us a lot of time with our dogs, so we get to spend, some one-on-one
The
time.
interaction, yes.
Yeah, and we just get to teach, some fun tricks and, get to show our dogs off a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, we are so proud of all of our dogs, but I think especially being in a video like this, it's a legacy.
Yes.
It's something you can watch forever, and Susan does such a fabulous thing.
Thank
So
you.
tell me, Geraldine, you're just starting in this?
Yes, I am.
And what kind of dog do you have?
I have a lab.
You have a lab. So have you seen a lot of the videos that Susan has done?
I have seen a few, yes, and I have enjoyed them. I thought they looked like they would be so much fun to participate in.
And it is. It's a crazy kind of work, because it's not easy. You have to teach them first. So they have to have basic obedience, don't they, Susan?
They all go through the basic classes. They need to have a stay, a recall. We'd like them to have a retrieve, those sort of things, so we can, and working with other dogs. They need to be able to do it with distractions.
Well, and as I say, the proof of the pudding is something like this. We're going to show you a video that is called 100 Words, right?
Yep.
Let's watch it.
I'll teach my dogs 100 words. The first 6 words I'll teach my pup are dig a hole and fill it up. I'll teach him walk and run, and then catch a ball. Now that makes 10. And then I'll teach him bark and beg and wag your tail and shake a leg and wash your ears and wash your toes and scratch your head and blow your nose. I'll teach him big, I'll teach him small and fat and thin and short and tall and dark and light and day and night. This dog is learning chase the cat and climb the tree and things like that. Then we'll give them more to see, eat your food and follow me. Wow, we're up to 43. I'll teach him red and blue and green, the smartest dog we've ever seen. I'll teach him orange, purple, pink. That makes 49, I think. I'll teach him skate and kick the stone. Jump the fishbowl, bring the bone. Chew the boot and hold the phone. Cut the grass, shine my shoe. Comb your hair and clean the zoo. Now brush the bear. That's 82, but that's not all my dog will do. He'll toot a bugle, beat a drum. He'll stand on Uncle Abner's thumb, and then I'll teach him sing with the birds. Now there, that makes 100 words. My dog will learn those 100 words, and how my friends will cheer. I'll teach my dog those 100 words. I think I'll start next year.
So Susan, if someone wants to join the group, what do they do?
Give me a call. Look at my website, scoutfilmcompany.com, and I'm on Facebook. Lots of ways to find me. We have basic classes and film star classes.
There you go. If you want to be a star, you want your dog to be a star, do that. And now we're going to toss it over to Ted and Bill Bonadio and Sherry Lanier.
All right, thanks, Pat. And we're here talking about celebrating a birthday with our pup, right? Bill and Sherry, you know the crew here. Real quick, what are we making here, Bill?
Well, we're going to make homemade ice cream today. Sherry's great at making cakes, so I figured cake and ice cream, why not? Your kids always love cake and ice cream, so your dog should love cake and ice cream too. So we're going to show you how to make some homemade ice cream for your dog, and Sherry's going to talk a little bit about making cake. So if you don't want to have all that energy and make the cake yourself, you can always stop by Sherry's and order you a cake for your dog.
Yeah, no, I don't want to worry about cooking or anything like that, so I call these guys.
Perfect.
It's the best way to go.
Our pleasure.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and it's really simple. We're going to use three ingredients to make our ice cream, and it's actually yogurt. We're going to go ahead and smash up all of our bananas. We've got fresh bananas. You know, my mother used to always use the old bananas for banana nut bread, and I said, well, you know, there's got to be another thing to do with old bananas. So we're going to make the bananas in with the ice cream, and it's actually frozen yogurt. So we're going to smash this up, and we're going to use peanut butter today. And a secret about cooking with peanut butter, whether you're cooking it for yourself or cooking it with your dog, is to go ahead and microwave it for about 30 seconds, which makes it almost liquid, which makes it mix real easy. So you
I can use a microwave, so I mean, I can trust that. I can use a microwave.
Yeah.
Once it gets to the oven.
Yep, and then we'll just mix that in, get it all going really good. Then we're going to add our yogurt.
Ooh, look at that. Whew.
And it's kind of frozen yogurt rather than frozen ice cream, because you know your dog can have a little bit of dairy, but you really should restrict it a little bit, right, Sherry?
Amen, amen, you bet. A little can go a long way.
That's right.
And I have to share this with the dog. I can't just eat it all to myself.
You should.
No, but you can eat it. That's what's nice about making food for your dog. Anything you can eat yourself, with a few exceptions, you can give to your dog. So let's make him have a healthy diet, and you should have a healthy diet too.
Well, most of it should be very similar, like a diabetic's diet. So that's very much
exactly.
accurate.
So we're just keeping our sugar under control and our salt under control. All right. So we have a mix right here.
That looks good. Look at that.
And Sherry was nice enough to give me these great.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice little bone shake.
We got bone fillings here.
Yeah. Now I don't know where Sherry got these. Sherry, can you buy these anywhere? Or do they have to come to your store and get them? Or?
Well, you know what? We don't actually sell them, and really you can pretty much find them anywhere, and you can find obviously anything online. Very similar to what Bill's making. Barking Dog Bakery makes a very similar product. We do banana nut, but we do ours just a little bit different. We're going to use a non-fat yogurt, and we obviously freeze it into little containers that you can take on the road, so to speak. And then we follow up with the
we
diabetic
got a beautiful
version.
birthday cake here.
It's just for
Show
dog
us
talk.
this.
Well, and just like with anything else, dogs should have no salt, sugar, or preservatives as a nice foundation, and that's what we do, and do our best to accommodate any special type of birthday parties, color coordinations, things like that. So, and we offer that in all varieties.
Yeah, we have cakes, we have dessert. Bill's making something here. We're going to welcome Pat here in just a bit, but first, we're going to take a break.
We're going to go ahead and put this in the freezer, and we'll have this ready when we come back.
Here's a quick tip for helping your dogs maintain a normal body temperature throughout the summer season. Provide cool water pools for them to hop into. Plastic baby pools are great. Also, new plastic cement mixing tubs are very inexpensive and sturdy. Provide plenty of fresh water daily, keeping buckets and pools in a shaded area. If you have a covered patio, provide your dog with a comfortable blanket or bed. And remember, folks, the heat you feel is twice as hard on your pet.
Welcome back. We welcome in Pat. Bill's getting something out of the freezer right now.
That's what I'm here for, to see what Bill is coming. I could smell it. I could. Oh my
wow.
gosh!
Oh my
Look
goodness.
at these.
They look great.
That's
Those are
unreal.
so
That's
cute.
unreal. Now,
That's
people can
perfect.
eat these. Dogs can eat these. If I was going to have a birthday party for my dog, I would call you two immediately.
Yeah, you know, I've been to some birthday parties where the food's not great. This food looks awesome, and we can eat it. Our pups can eat it.
And look at it. It says dog talk on it. I love this. This is so precious,
Yes, thanks
so
for making
wonderful.
that.
Oh, my
you guys are
pleasure.
so great, and I understand that you have some new little brochures that you
yes.
printed up.
Right
Ted's
here.
got one right there.
Yeah.
And that's gonna. What does that do? That tells you.
Well, it tells
all
you-
about everything that's inside.
First, the blessing
What's
is
the back
dog
of
talk.
it look like? I think.
Well,
it,
the back is wonderful. It's in reference to some of the different segments that we've covered and products that my store offers.
So you go into the store and you can see these, or you can go online and maybe ask for one, and they'll send you these that are give you all the information.
We'd
That's
love to.
just excellent. You guys are so great. I mean, make it all perfect at the end of the show, and we all have things to eat, and our dogs all have things to eat. What couldn't get better than that?
Yeah, and we stick on the healthy side too, so when we pig out, we're still okay there.
That's exactly right. What a fun time that we have had today, guys. Thank you so very much. It has just been great. And remember, all of the things that you see on our show, take it to heart. We hope that you will. Join the conversation. You have something special you want us to show on the air, let us know. This is what it's all about. Take some ownership in it, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
And we will see you next week.
Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about little dogs, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging holes, thing like that. Dogs. Talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs. Dogs. Just talking about dogs. Lost and alone, running the street, checking the garbage, looking to eat. Out there sad and on their own, the law will get them if they got no home. Dogs, talking about dogs. Dogs, we're talking about dogs. You say they were angels sent from above, then a year or two later you fell out of love. You dumped them, man, and kicked them out. Now what the heck was that about? Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Dogs, them poor little dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about a little dog, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging the hole, things like that. Dogs, we're talking.